Hello, hello, happy Saturday. Hello, moms. Hello, dads. Happy Saturday. Happy early Mother's Day, y'all. I'm very excited. I know this will be the best Mother's Day ever because I've been enjoying it. So many Mother's Day surprises coming up. I'm going to tell you about the latest one I just got. But first, let me tell you a little bit about myself in case you don't know me. But I'm still your girl. I'm Sharita, the Behavior and Learning Strategist, coming at you from the Morgan Unlimited Growth Institute, where you can find solutions for your child's behavior and learning challenges. Okay? So today we have an awesome topic for you. It's how to raise healthy, responsible, and safe kids. Healthy, responsible, and safe kids. There are a lot of things going on in the outside world that, as a mother, it just makes me feel very uncomfortable, and it makes me just want to protect my child. Um, uh, Actually, there was an incident that happened recently that I want to tell you about. I was in the backyard with my two daughters. We were out there gardening, and the neighbor was talking to my youngest daughter through the fence. So she said hi, and I don't know him. We said hi to each other. And I don't know him, so I said, Maya, come here. And then Jazzy and I just continued to garden, do what we were doing. Maya was playing around. Next thing you know, we heard them talking again, but this time the man said, do you want to see my dog, little girl? So I did not like that. That didn't feel right to me. So I turned around and I said, Maya, come here, a little more sternly. Then he started to argue with me. And I was telling him, no. And he was telling me, it's okay. And he was saying, I'm not a child molester. And I didn't like that he said that in front of my daughter. So there was an argument that ensued. And he continued to argue. And then I just told him, I said, oh, you can talk to my husband if it's a problem. And then that's when he left the gate. So that whole experience had me upset. My daughter's upset, and it just makes me really disappointed in adults nowadays, because I feel like adults don't make the best decisions around children. I feel like adults nowadays are not focused on making sure our children are safe, making sure they're responsible, and making sure that they are being respectful and doing things that's best for them. A lot of times adults are thinking about themselves in the moment. So a prime example of that is when he said, I'm not a child molester. He was thinking about himself. He wasn't thinking about, should I say that in front of her daughters? You understand? When an adult talks to a child, right? And the mom tells the child, don't talk to them because they're a stranger, and the adult gets offended, the adult's not behaving responsibly, because when I was growing up, we all the adults told us the same kind of three things: listen to your parents, do good in school, don't talk to strangers. But I feel like nowadays, welcome if you're just joining, adults are being very irresponsible, and we're not thinking about what's best for the kids. We're thinking about our own thoughts and our own personal feelings in the moment and things like that. So this topic today is going to address how to help them, like different things, tips that I have, but also it's also talking to other adults out there. Like, look, we all gotta get on the same page here. Part of our children being safe, growing up responsibly, and being healthy, right? A big part of that is the examples that we all show all together, and it makes kids less confused. So if an example that I just told you about, if if I'm telling my daughter to not to talk to a neighbor that I never met before, it's through the fence. I've never seen him before. He's in the home behind me, through the fence. If I talk to my daughter and tell her don't talk to him or not go over there, he shouldn't try to argue with me about what I told my daughter. He should respect that. I'll give you an example of a time when that was actually, it happened the opposite way. I went with Maya, or Maya went with me. We went on a school trip where she was, where it was a skating school trip. and there was nowhere to sit. And this older lady, she had her grandson with her, and she invited us to sit with her at her table. So we sat down, and we sat down. We was like, we were talking together, and then she had a box of pizza. She offered Maya a slice, and then Maya said yes. And I looked at Maya because I'm a mom and I'm teaching her, and I said, Maya, you're supposed to ask me. And then the lady did not get offended. She did not say, oh, it's okay, she can have it, that kind of thing. She just said, that's right. She said, Mom, she turned to me and she said, Mom, is it okay? And she talked just like that. And the way that she was talking to me, I knew that she was saying it in that way so that Maya can see that. And I appreciated that so much. She was teaching Maya while she was addressing me the way she should have originally. So she said, Mom, is it okay? She's looking at me just like that. Is it okay if your daughter has a slice of pizza? And when she asked me that, that's what Maya, the proper way she was supposed to do it, but it also respected the boundary that I set up. And then Maya, then I said yes, and then she said, here, you can choose it yourself. So very respectful, but not just respectful. The lady's older than me, but I'm not talking about that kind of respect. I'm talking about respecting mother to mother, respecting how I'm raising my daughter. Okay, that's very important. Okay, now I'll give you another example of something that didn't go well, and my oldest daughter Jasmine witnessed this. They were in a library, and there was a father who was coming in with his son, and he was telling the son what book he cannot have, what kind of book he cannot have. And the librarian said, oh no, it's okay. I think kids should be able to read a variety of books, right? And that hit Jasmine kind of wrong because she saw that the dad was instructing the son, and then the adult, the librarian, tried to overstep the father. And when they left, she said that the librarian was talking and saying out loud, like, I don't like when parents don't allow their kids to whatever she's saying. That's not her choice. That's not her call to make. That's the parent's decision. You don't have a feeling about it. This is how I feel as a mother. And I'm not saying it's being on the side of just a mother. I also provide tutoring and coaching services for my students and moms in my program. And I never overstep mom. I would never do that. And if I'm teaching their child something, it's aligning with their values. And if it's something that, like say for the middle and high school students, we were analyzing a movie and writing an essay on it, I sent out emails to request permission from the parents because there was a little bit of like profanity in there. And you know what? I might think, and I'm not saying this is my stance. What I'm saying is, when I'm providing this service, I might feel that, it's not a big deal, it's just cursing, or they hear a curse, but that's not my call to make. I'm going to always defer to the parents and find out what they are okay with and get permission. And if mom said no, you can't participate. And I'm not going to ever say in front of a child that mom should have let you and mom doesn't understand, none of that stuff. So in raising healthy, responsible, and safe kids, the first thing we have to do, and that's actually the last tip. I started talking about it first because that's where my passion is today, y'all. Build a strong village. We used to have a village. Now we are all on separate pages. We all have different thinking, and that's okay. But when we communicate these different messages to our children, it can be very divisive. And the last thing we want to do is separate children from their parents, because we are not consistently in these kids' lives and won't be there from the beginning to the end. Their parents will. And we want them to have a solid foundation. So instead of overstepping parents, or instead of, especially this is Mother's Day tomorrow, let's honor mothers, okay? All right? Instead of overstepping parents or moms, instead of stating different opinions about things to children, that go against what their parents think. What we need to do is build a village, build a bridge, build a community of adults that all agree to do what's best for children and to make sure that they have a good individual foundation. Okay? That's something I strongly believe. And it works. I know it works because of my relationships with all the parents in my tutoring coaching program. Those are my homies. They're my family. Okay? And one of my students yesterday was like, "You're like an auntie to me, like a strict auntie to me," right? Because I don't let her get away with nothing, okay? But whatever mom said, she can't come and just be complaining to me about mom, because that's what your mom said do. So get it done and hurry up. That's your responsibility. Get it done and come on. Let's go, okay? That kind of stuff. So that's one example. One reason why I know. Another reason why I know we need to build a strong village is when I was working in the classroom as a teacher, special education teacher, some students, it was difficult to get their parents involved and get their moms to come to the school if their kids were acting out. And it's easy to believe that the parents don't care, they don't want to deal with it, that kind of thing. But what I did as a teacher was I built a bridge with all the parents. I communicated with them frequently. I sent emails. I wrote notes so the kids could go home. I called them when their child was acting out, or if their child wasn't doing their work, but I also called them when their child was doing great, when they accomplished something new, a new goal, and I always kept them up to date on what we were working on next. I communicated all the time. And that's when the children's behavior improved and their behavior improved, because they knew that we were all on the same page. I respected their parents, okay? And we're together on this because we want what's best for you, so we're joining. We have a village, okay? And another example is the tremendous improvement in my own daughter when her teacher and I got really close, was communicating regularly, right? And also put her in karate, and then communicate with the coaches and the senpais there, and all of that together helped her improve her behavior in the class, and then get selected for Student of the Month. She's being acknowledged for that. On May 17th, they're going to have a ceremony. And I know if I had not been communicating with her teacher by email and by message, and just saying hi, how you doing, and talking to her, and Happy Teacher Appreciation Week, and I sent a little frame, like a picture that has some writing on it about teachers. It says, "Thanks for helping me grow." I sent that with Maya to school. If I had not cultivated that and built that relationship with her teacher, and built a relationship with her coaches at the karate gym, I don't believe that we would have put our heads together and figured out the best solution. So, in honor of Mother's Day, as moms, support each other. Don't criticize each other, especially in front of the kids. Don't do that. And let's build our village. So that's the first thing. I had to get that off my chest, y'all. That's number 1, 2, 3, 4. They're not numbered. That's the last one, okay? So it's number 8. They're not numbered, but that's the last one. We have the checklist. You can click on the link in the comment section to get the checklist to follow along, okay? Any of our checklists, you can print them out. You can hang them up as a reminder if it's something that you want to follow, okay, in your home, all right? The other thing I want to say is, after we finish, we're going to be finished in about 15 minutes. I want to try to finish in like 15 minutes, okay? Because I'm passionate about this topic today. But I'm going to be in the Zoom room, okay? If you want to join us and have a further discussion about this, or if you want to ask me any questions about a tutoring coaching program, our summer program is starting, okay? And we have a promotion, a Mother's Day promo going on, 2 free classes, all right? If you would like to ask about that, join us in the Zoom room after this is a Zoom after party. Okay, we getting it in. I'll be there to answer all of your questions. Okay. All right. So, without further ado, how do we raise healthy, responsible, and safe kids? Because that's what's on my mind most. I'm a mother myself. My husband and I have two daughters. Our 15-year-old daughter, and then 2 years later we have a 5-year-old, Jazzy and Maya. Okay, and our children mean the world to us. We're very serious about our kids. We don't play about our kids. Okay, we don't play them games. All right, we're very serious about them, and we want them to be healthy. We want to be responsible. We want them to be safe. We also want them to think and be able to make good decisions. Okay. So how do we do that? Number one, when we talk about being healthy, let your child help you shop for groceries. I've taken my daughters with me plenty of times to the supermarket. The first spot we always go is in the produce section, and they help pick out the vegetables, the fruit. They know what's healthy, what's not, healthy, and by doing that. And hitting the produce section first and having that on their minds and having them pick up the produce and put it in the bag themselves and put it in the cart. This helps them be more healthy and gives them a better relationship with food. Just remember when Jazzy was really, really little, I took her to the farmer's market, walking around, and I said, "Look, Jazzy, this is I was called Jasmine back then. Probably Boop Boop, or Boop Boop. Look, Boop Boop, this is the avocado." And she said, "Avocado," and then she tried to bite it. I was like, "Hey, avocado." She was so little. She was like, "Oh, it's good. There's all this food in here. Let me take a bite." She bit that avocado, y'all. Right? So that's the first thing we could do is let them help us shop for groceries and develop a good relationship with food. The next one is to let them help prepare healthy meals. We are in the kitchen cooking a lot together, and Jazzy is like the sous chef in the house. She's learned how to cook simply by preparing, washing the meat, chopping up the onions and garlic, the peppers, the herbs, and putting them to the side, so that when I start cooking, you start rocking and rolling. Then she started seasoning the meat herself, and then she's like, "Mommy, I could do it myself," right? So she cooks meals. She knows how to cook healthy meals. And I know when my baby get out on her own that she is going to be all right. She's going to know how to feed herself. And she's going to know how to feed her family because she be cooking in here, y'all. She be cooking. And then sometimes she'll bake something for just them. Like if it's Jazzy and Maya, they hanging out, she'll bake some corn muffins, or she'll bake some cupcakes and some powdered sugar on top and stuff like that. It might be all excited, you know what I mean? So them learning how to prepare healthy meals is important. And what goes into a healthy meal? Have them really be big on vegetables. Since they were younger, whenever I was cooking and I had some celery I was chopping up with some green pepper, red pepper, yellow pepper, was making a salad. I'm chopping, they over here eating. They both coming over here, picking it up, eating it, walking away, coming back, picking up meat. I'm like, "Look, I need something for the food. I'm cooking," right? But they've been doing that since they were younger. So that's another quick tip is when you're preparing the food and you're chopping up these vegetables that they can eat, put some aside for them or have them come in. Jazzy and Maya both do it. Okay? Being responsible. A good way to raise our children to be responsible is to give them jobs around the house, honey. For 2 reasons. Probably 3. One is delegate, moms. Mother's Day tomorrow. I hope y'all not gonna be cleaning nothing. Like, sit down, put your feet up, okay, and be taken care of. When we do everything ourselves and our children just sit around, we can easily burn out. But when we teach our children to take care of our jobs around the house, we're all working as a team and contributing to the family. One of the success rules of the Morgan Unlimited Growth Institute is contribute to my household and classroom. Okay, so that's a way to, because that's a success route for us, for my girls, and also for my students. Very, very important. They need to be cleaning up. They need to be organizing. They need to be, when the food come in, put the food in the refrigerator, clean the refrigerator out. Okay, do laundry. Okay, because it's important. We're all working as a team, and when kids contribute to the household, they care more about it. They take more ownership. Okay, if they throw all their stuff all over the floor, then you're gonna pick them up. They don't care about throwing their stuff on the floor. But if they know they're gonna be cleaning up later, they might not throw it on the floor because they know that it's my job to clean it up anyway. Okay, so just respect for your home, respect for their own space. Okay, it helps them be more organized. All right. And the last reason is we're equipping them for when they get older. Nowadays, the kids are exposed to adult things a little too much, in my opinion, and with social media especially. But really, what we should be doing, we should be preparing them for adulthood when they get older. And the best way for them to do that is to learn how to be responsible, have good work ethic, learn how to solve problems, right? Learn how to figure things out. Let's teach them now, so when they get older, it's easy. When I was younger, I used to help take care of my brothers and sisters. I cooked meals. Okay, I did laundry. I did all that stuff. And then when I became a mother, I did not have to learn how to change diapers because I already did it. I did not have to learn how to feed my child because I already learned. I did not have to learn how to take care of the house because I did. My mom taught me. I knew how to do those things. What we don't want is for our children to grow up and they go out into the real world and they can't do nothing. They can't do nothing. We don't want that. So that's another way to help them be responsible. Giving them jobs around the house, teaching them how to do things themselves, so that when they get older and they're on their own, they can do it and take care of themselves and their families. Okay. Another one is, and this is how it helps with organization. Have your child create a routine chart. Okay. I remember the day before yesterday, I was in the middle of working, and it was time for Maya to get ready for bed. Jazzy was helping her get ready for bed, and then but Maya was kind of twirling around and everything, and very quickly. This is just an example. It's better if they do it, and Maya has done this with her morning routine, getting ready for school. She's written down step by step what she needs to do, and she hung it up on her wall, and then she was going and checking. I was in the middle of working. She was twirling around. Jessie was trying to get her to move along, and then I just took a sheet of paper and I just like wrote everything down. Since my baby can read, she's 5 years old, but anything I write down, she can read. And then I just passed it to her, like, here. Okay? And then everything moved on quickly from that, because that's the structure they need. That's the organizing. That's helping her organize her thoughts, know what to do next. Okay? And like I said, everything moved quickly after that. So whatever you want your child to accomplish in the home, or whatever they have trouble organizing, or whatever takes them too long to do, have them create a routine chart. Have them write down exactly what they're supposed to do step by step and hang it up. And then follow that every day until it becomes ingrained. It's now part of the subconscious. It's part of their habits, right? And they have now developed better organization, better focus, better time management, okay? Because they have a routine chart, right? This next one I really love. So that's being responsible, and this next one I really love, and it has to do more with safety, okay? And that is have family meetings. Family meetings. A family meeting to me could be we sitting down and we're all talking about a certain topic or a current event or something that needs to be discussed. And my husband and I have already discussed it, and now we're sitting down with the girls, and we'll sit them down and we'll have talks. A lot of times talks like this happen when my husband is on his way to work and he sits over there on the shoe organizer, and then we all just gather around him because it's him and then it's 3 of us girls, and we all be wanting his attention. So we all just gather around him anyway while he getting ready for work. And then he just starts talking, and the girls be listening. And then, you know, and then at the end he said, you have anything you want to say, Mom? You know what I mean? And then I say whatever I need to say. And, you know, that helps our kids. That gives them the direction. That gives them guidance. It sets standards for them, right? Another time we might just all sit in the living room, and we might be talking about goals that we have. And all of us have things we're working on, right? We talk about goals we have. We talk about goals we have for the house. You know, my husband and I, we have goals for the house and what direction the house is going. Our kids need guidance. They need to understand. They don't have to think about too much of they don't have to think about our stuff, because we're guiding them. They can focus on their own stuff. So we talk to them. We talk about our goals. They talk about their goals. They talk about what they accomplished, right? What they are making progress with, a current problem they're having, and a plan of what they need to do, right? Whatever they think. And I encourage my kids, and I also encourage my students to think and figure things out. So I don't just tell them if they come to me with a problem. I don't just, and then they say, what should I do about this? My oldest daughter. I don't say, well, you should do the X, Y, and Z. I say, well, what do you think? What have you been thinking so far? Because I know she's been thinking something that helps her organize her thoughts. Hi, Brandy. Hello. Welcome. We got a good one. Happy early Mother's Day, sis. Happy early Mother's Day. We're talking about how to raise healthy, responsible, and safe kids. So give me 1 second. I'm going to re-log into the Zoom room, because I'm going to log out and log back into the Zoom room. Okay. Yes, we're talking about how to raise, and afterwards, Brandy, if you'd like to come, if you have any questions, I'll be available in the Zoom meeting for 30 minutes. And send us a direct message, and we'll send you the link. Okay? So what do we have so far? I'm just going to do a quick review of what we have so far. We have let your child help you shop for groceries. I love doing that. We go to the store together, we shopping and everything. Go to the produce section, and they be picking out stuff, you know. And I know what their favorites are. In this house, eating cucumbers, you know, sugar snap peas. What else? My oldest daughter likes salads. My youngest daughter does not like salads unless we're growing lettuce in the backyard. She'll eat the lettuce right off the plant, like that. Yes, but then she turn her nose up if it's from the store for some reason. But she's always been like that, right? They like raw peppers. You know what I mean? They like nuts. But that's because we hit the produce section first. And if it's me, I'm gonna be straight with y'all, okay? I'll be straight with you, Brandy. If it's me, I don't buy the potato chips and cookies and stuff like that. They be getting that from their daddy, okay? He's the one that buys that stuff and gives it and brings it home so they can eat that stuff. But if it's me, we hit the produce section, we go to the farmer's market, and then we shop for other stuff, okay? And then when they shop for groceries, they can be in charge of the grocery list. They can write down what needs to be bought. Okay, that's a really good skill to learn as a young child when they get older, to be able to stay organized when they shop. Okay, plus you can edit their spelling, and that's a learning lesson. That's a literacy lesson right there for you. Okay, let your child help you prepare healthy meals. We cook together here in this house. Give your child jobs to do around the house. I'm a strong believer in chores. And helping kids learning good work ethic. And I've learned that kids who are learn to pay attention to detail, have standards when it comes to household chores, that transfers over to their schoolwork. Okay? Have them create a routine chart to help them be organized. And I'm just talking about have family meetings. Okay? Having family meetings. So having a family meeting where everybody has a goal. Everybody's talking about if they achieved their goal last week, if they are working on achieving their goal, if they've made progress, and also if they're having some struggle, they can talk and say what they think they should do and get some advice. Okay, so that's another way to have family meetings that I recommend. Another family meeting is it's not even a meeting. We just all chilling, hanging out together. You know what I mean? Just enjoying each other. Like everybody stop what they're doing. Come on, let's chill out. Let's talk. My husband with the jokes, and my oldest daughter be cracking up at his jokes all the time. And sometimes the jokes be at my expense. You know what I mean? And then my little ones, they the same. My oldest one and my youngest one, they're the ones with the jokes nonstop. Okay. So, and then one time we were hanging in the living room, and I was cooking some chicken, rice, and beans. So we were trying to decide between red beans and pinto beans, right? Red kidney beans and pinto beans. So we took a vote, and then I forgot who won, but no, I remember who won because my husband and Maya, they did a whole performance afterwards, and me and Jazzy had to type faces. So when they won, we did a vote and they won, right? Because this is how it works. Because it's four of us, and it was split in half. Maya and Kev wanted red kidney beans, and then Jazzy and I wanted pinto beans, right? So then I did this. I do this game in my tutoring and coaching program with my students all the time. When it's like a tie, we're trying to figure something out. I'm like, I think of a number between 1 and 5. Whoever chooses the correct number, or sometimes 1 and 10, we're going to go with them. They're going to represent the team. We're going to go with their choice. I texted my husband the number, okay? And then they went back and forth, and Maya got it. Oh my gosh. She just was like, yes, yes. And then my husband was laughing. They both were laughing. Then he picked her up, like to display her. She had her arms out like this. I mean, they just took it over the top. Okay? It was like we were just clowning for like 5 minutes straight off of that. But just like spending time together, just we can spend time together like with our families. We can spend time together solving problems. We can spend time together talking about our goals. Spend time together if there's some new structure that needs to be put into the house and we're all talking about it, like this is how it's going, right? So the kids can be guided, or just sitting around just enjoying each other. But lots of family meetings. And why do I say family meetings? It's a way to keep kids safe. The closer they are with us, with these different family meetings, the more likely they're going to come to us with problems. The more likely they're going to not be keeping secrets from us. The more likely they're not going to be feeling alone. The more likely they're going to know that we have their backs. The more likely we're going to be good in communication, because nobody's perfect in communication, but we grow each time. Whenever we're looking at each other's face, whenever we're talking to each other, we're saying what we think, we're listening to what they think, and we're saying what we think, right? And they listen to what we think, right? We're all talking together, we're able to express ourselves, and then we're having fun, we're getting to know each other. That's how we keep our kids close, and we keep our kids safe, okay? That's why I really recommend the family meetings. The next one is have rules in the house. I've always talked about rules, and there's rules in the Morgan Unlimited Growth Institute, and my students know them, and my kids know them, okay? And they are: arrive on time and prepare for success, take responsibility for my actions, always do my best, accomplish my goals, respect my elders, encourage my peers. So think about what rules you want in your house, okay? And I think I'm missing one. Contribute to your house. No, I said contribute to my household and classroom, right? So think about what's important for you. And this is what I'm saying. It needs to be customized. We cannot parent our kids all the same way. I firmly believe that. It needs to be customized to what you feel you want in your home and what you feel is best for your children, okay? So customize and come up with some rules and have your children write them down, create a poster, hang it up. These are the rules. And here's a big game changer. Have them recite the rules every day. Have them, somebody is in charge of going to the wall and pointing to each rule and reading them. I did this as a teacher. Instead of just having rules up and then there are classroom rules, no, we talked about it all the time, okay? That's another way to keep kids safe, because kids do need to learn structure. They do need to be guided. That's the purpose of the rules, for guidance, okay? And when they are focused on the right things, they're not going to sway and falter and end up in the wrong spot or situation. I'm thinking about the fight between the substitute teacher and the teenager. And if the teenager, the teenage student, had stayed in her seat and she knew how to respect her elders and she followed directions, okay, then that situation would have never happened. Okay, we cannot. We have to teach our children boundaries so they can be safe, and they cannot act unsafe. They cannot behave in an unsafe way. It's just like running out in the street, or when Maya was little, she kept trying to grab a knife in the kitchen. You know what I mean? She's real little. She's running up. I'm trying to cook and everything. I'm at the table. She's trying to go grab the knife. No, there needs to be rules. This is how you act when you're in the kitchen. Okay? Because we don't want our kids to be behaving in an unsafe way out in the world around adults who do not have our children's best interest in mind. And I'm thinking about the fight I had with my neighbor over my daughter, who was arguing with me because he wanted to talk to Maya, and I told her, come here, because we don't know him. Okay? All right? Have rules. We need to have rules in our home. Our children need to know them, and the teachers need to have rules in their classroom. The teachers and the kids need to follow them. Okay, same with at home. And the last one was build a strong village, and I talked about that in the beginning. I have a lot of respect for moms. Happy early Mother's Day again. I have a lot of respect for parents, period, because it's a heck of a job raising children. I am so honored. I feel so honored and blessed to even be able to be part of their creation, and to be responsible for their nutrition, to have nursed them, and to have fed them and nursed them and taken care of them when they were sick and guided them and taught them. I take my job as a mother very seriously. So I respect other mothers, okay? And I respect dads because I want the kids to be safe. And I would not split between myself and another parent. Instead, I'm going to join with the parent. In my program, if there's a kid that's acting out or they have a problem with their parent, I'm not going to criticize the parent. I'm going to get my students to take responsibility for their actions and figure out what they need to do to improve. And I'm also going to be working with mom if she needs some help and figure out some strategies on how to deal with their behavior. I got mom's back, okay? Because I know if mom's okay, the kid's okay, all right? So let's build a village. Let's support each other. Let's make sure that moms are okay. They're not here depressed, stressed, not sleeping, not eating, doing too much. Kids not listening, being disrespectful, right? Mom don't really know what to do. We can't function as moms to the best of our ability. It affects everything. It affects how we run a house. It affects how we interact with our children if we are not okay. So we're going to not only focus on our own self-care, which I talk about all the time, and that's been 10 years journey for me, okay? But we're also going to make sure our sisters are okay. Let's check in. Let's check in with each other. Let's build a village. Let's tell the kids what we used to learn when we was growing up. Listen to your mother, right? Listen to your parents. Do good at school. Don't talk to strangers. And then we're going to look at mom and we're going to say, hey sis, how you doing? I got you. Okay? That's what we're going to do. From now on, right? We got this, all right? Thank y'all so much for listening. I did go over a little bit, but I'm going to go into the Zoom room right now. And I have 20 minutes because I have an appointment at 1 o'clock. But I'll be there available. If you would like to meet me there, send me a direct message, and we will send you the link to join. Well, I will answer all your questions. We could talk a little more about this. If you have any questions about the summer program, tutoring coaching program, you can answer them as well. You have questions about the Mother's Day promo we got going on for the month of May, the whole month of May, because to tell y'all the truth, I really do be celebrating Mother's Day all month. All month, honey. This is my month, okay? So we have a Mother's Day promo all month, 2 free classes for you when you enroll into the student into the Unlimited Growth Tutoring Coaching Program. All right, love y'all so much. Thank you so much for joining. Brandy, hello again, and thank you for joining. Okay, I'll be in touch. All right, y'all. Believe in yourself. Believe in your child, honey, and always remember that growth is unlimited. Peace.